Hello guys, happy Friday. Gonna get back to some action. Play some hands in the morning on Natural 8. Was up like 2 buy-ins today, so it's pretty good. Hopefully we can start running a little better on ACR. We should. Can't be all that bad luck for that long, right? So I feel like today is gonna be a good start. I hope. Thanks for all the follows. Welcome to the stream. Gained like 12 followers while we were off. Here we're gonna put in a 4-bet. Possibly just get it in against an unknown player. If this guy jam, we probably can consider folding, but calling his jam. Good luck to us. Immediately we're facing a jam from an unknown player. Hopefully he has ace king. He does. Can we hold? One card to come. And we're off to a great start. Obviously couldn't hold there. Getting river definitely hurts. Not off to a great start. Losing a stack immediately. On this turn, I think we are barreling a lot. It always hurts when they get there on the river. That was very unfortunate. I thought we were gonna be up 1 buying right away, but it is the complete opposite. But it's okay. On this flop, we're just gonna fold 7-8 suited. Facing the dunk bet, just gonna put in a raise here. Gonna give him a fish tack. Small C bet on this flop. I'm not too concerned about this guy, but this guy called behind us, so I think we just have to. I mean, $2, we're gonna see a river. On this turn, checking back, and just gonna fold here. Don't be anything. Ace high is definitely the worst hand. 5-6, 5-7. So he turned 2 pair and continued just mid betting. So tells me a lot that he's probably a pretty poor player, bad player, because he was doing that against 2 players. And he did call a huge check raise, not the check raise, but he did face a raise, and then he still called that against 2 player out of position, so he has to be like one of the weaker players. Here facing a bigger size c-bet, pre-flop raise, we're definitely gonna put in a 3-bet. Flop top pair, gonna c-bet a little bigger on this board, and possibly just get it in on any non-spades. That's a perfect card with jamming. Because he had tons of draw there that can potentially call. Betting with ace king. In those positions, we don't have that many bluffs. Our range is super strong when we 3-bet from small blind against an under the gun raise. He did fold correctly. I wouldn't call in his position unless I have like premium hands. I just wish we can run above EV today. That's the goal. At least like somewhat even. I have some friend who can constantly run like 10 buy-ins above EV. I don't know how they do it. I always call them luck box because like we're almost never able to do that. On this board, I think we're gonna start with a small c-bet. We do have the backdoor not flush draw, and we do have a gut shot. And then we did get there on the turn, so just gonna bet like small. He can put us on ace-5 here, so if he had like any kind of queen, I think he's calling, and then he's gonna call a jam on the river. Or he might just jam here. Definitely a possibility. And king queen's drawing dead, so that's good. Oh, that's a pretty good run out. I'm just gonna ship it. Don't expect him to fold much. Gonna put in a 3-bet squeeze with the pocket tens. Obviously he would check calling. Yeah, I think he have like king queen, he's definitely calling. Queen jack, maybe he can consider folding, but I don't see the difference because king queen, queen jack here is basically sending, we're wrapping like aces. Here we're facing a huge 4-bet from under the gun. Pocket 10 is just not good enough, we're just gonna muck. And then he does have king queen, so good for us. Here we're gonna lead the turn actually with the top pair and then have a flush draw to go with it. Here we flop a stat, start with a small c-bet. Oh, we do get raised. Here we do get raised pretty big here on the turn. I think we have to call this and then check down the river hopefully. Here we're just gonna put in a 3-bet. Board is way too wet. He has tons of straight draw and flush draws, and here we're gonna call. And here we're putting a 3-bet. I mean a 4-bet, sort of. Yeah, putting a 4-bet. On this river, I think we just jam since we have 2 pair. I think over jamming might be a little. On this board, we start with a small c-bet. Definitely gonna bet something though. Putting on like ace, queen, aces, and kings. He could have some sets, but I just don't think so. On this turn with a pot size bet left, I think we check back. We'll check back with like aces, maybe. So checking back with ace king is definitely okay. He bet like half pot. Not exactly sure why he bet this sizing. If he has like pocket 9s and pocket 10s, he should be checking. Because if he bet out and then it gets jammed, he's pretty much screwed. Not gonna try to overthink ourselves though, because he is a new player, so we're just gonna give him credit for a real hand. Not really any reason to try to be cute there. Against this weaker player, I think we're putting a 3-bet here. He does call. Start with a small c-bet. I don't think he connects with this board too well. And then he does fold. We flop top pair. Against an unknown player, seems like a calling station sort of player. Doesn't fold to c-bet. VPIP is super high. We're just gonna use a larger sizing on this flop. Seeing a flop against two player with Jack 9 suited is pretty standard. Here we flop middle pair. Gonna start with a small c-bet because this board does connect with our under the gun raise range pretty well. Check around, we turn a flush draw. Just gonna check. This is a very good turn. Just gonna barrel pretty big here. Hopefully he has an ace. Flush draw shouldn't call this bet, so if he call, like, we're pretty sure he has an ace. And here we're just gonna give up. It's a small pot, there's no reason to go crazy, especially against a recreational player. Here we're checking behind with the queen. Pocket fives, nice hand. He checked the second time. We're gonna start like putting a little bit of bet, I think. Actually, we're gonna check back. I feel like he's gonna bluff the river quite often. The river is a king, not the greatest, so we're just gonna check back. It's against our buddy too, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't mind winning a small pot. It's our friends, dude. On this board, we're gonna c-bet a little bigger. We do have a gut shot, but our c-bet percentage is super high this session, so just gonna go for a check back. And we do turn the nuts. Hopefully he has a 10. We can almost always stacking here, but most likely he's just gonna check fold. Unless he have a 10, it's almost never continuing. King on the river. We don't have that many kings in our range because if I have a king, we probably bet the flop. So gonna go for an overbet actually. Don't think he has that many boats. He can definitely have a 10 that can call this bet. But anything else is probably folding. He might have a king. Hopefully he doesn't check raise though. That would really suck. Here facing a dunk bet, we're just gonna fold, I think. Even though we have the ace of heart, but he's using like a pretty big sizing. Here we're definitely gonna do a 4-bet, button versus small blind, and we're pretty deep. Just gonna fold here because the sizing he's using is pretty big, but this guy seems like a recreational player. He's tanking, so we might actually get a call here. When he's tanking this long, he's never like raising. He does just fold. Not sure what he had there. I was hoping he had a 10, but 10 should be like an instant call. On this flop, gonna start with a small c-bet actually. Don't mind a check. Here we flop second pair, gonna start with a small c-bet. It's not really the greatest flop for our range, but it's not the worst. We do have some ace 10, jack 10, queen 10 type of hands. We turn a gut shot. I think here's always a check. And on this river, here facing a raise and a call, we just have to fold queens here. It's pretty straightforward. He had a 7, nice hand. Definitely blind versus blind king 9, we're never folding. He does check. Gonna bet out with a gut shot. The board hit our range pretty hard. Jack 9 offsuit, definitely calling. And here we're gonna put in a 3-bet. Pocket sixes opening sometime, folding sometimes. Here the ace on the turn benefits range way harder than it benefit ours, so we're just gonna check back. We'll play the same for like a 10. Checking back with middle pair. If he bet out, we probably just fold. Don't see a reason to like raise. I think he would check with an ace here, so against this sizing, we're just gonna fold. Actually, he's a short stack. I'm not sure if calling with with pocket sixes is worth it. We're just gonna check back here. Give up. He's never folding that. King 4 offsuit here is a little bit too light, so I don't mind a fold, even if it's blind versus blind. Here he checked the river. I'm thinking he has like some King 9, Queen 9 sometimes. Don't see any hand that we can get value from. Maybe like pocket 7s, but I don't even think pocket 7 would call the river, so we're just gonna check back. He has ace 8. That's surprising. He probably tried to go for a check raise on the river. Good thing we didn't go for it. Here on this board, we're just gonna start with the small c bet, and if he calls, then we just shut down. I think this guy's like new. Actually, he's not. Gonna use a larger sizing because we're deeper. Not gonna full suited ace though. This is actually a pretty good flop for our range. Turn an ace. He's almost always betting here, so just gonna check it to him. He'll bet here with like king queen, king jack, anything. He'll basically bet this turn almost like 100% of the time. Okay, he does bet. Just gonna check call. And this river, I probably just gonna check fold if he bets. Hopefully just check it down. Against a solid player, we can always try to give up, but when he checked the second time, we're just gonna start betting. Try to take it away, because if he has anything that's reasonable, then he's gonna try to go for value. Here, facing this bet, we're just gonna fold, because he's almost never bluffing here. We have tons of jacking our range. When he bet like this, it's almost guaranteed that he hasn't jack here. He's not betting anything else. He's not even betting ace queen. So just gonna give it to him. I think it's a pretty easy fold. Blind versus blind. Queen 8 suited. Definitely an open. Flop mid pair. Just gonna check here. Interesting turn. 4 card to a straight, jack or 6. We have 2 pair, but it's pretty much useless. Gonna check it to him. Hopefully he bluff, or try to value bet like 2 pair or something. And he does just give up. I don't mind winning a small pot on that kind of board with 2 pair. Not gonna complain. Pocket aces, obvious easy open. Here we can go for a 3-bet. Probably just gonna fold though. Here we check calling with mid pair. Probably check calling again. On this board, we're checking behind with aces here against a recreational player. When you check the second time, we're gonna go for value. Hopefully he has a queen. Probably play the same way. We river 2 pair. Not exactly sure if he's gonna call with anything other than ace, because ace still beats us. So I'll probably just check to him. Hopefully just check it down. I mean, it doesn't have that many bluffing range here. The only thing that he's bluffing with is backdoor flush draw, and then he gets there. However, He does have the, I don't know. He does have some air here. It's either an ace or air. Against this sizing though, it just feels like it's value because we had tons of ace when with the way we played. So if he bet like half pot, like it just feel like super value towards an ace. So we're actually gonna fold here. It's a little bit tight, but I think we don't beat anything there against that sizing. Pocket fives on this board. We're just gonna fold. There's no raise pre-flop here. We check calling with top pair. And check calling again. Hopefully he slows down though. Our hand just cannot stand too much heat, like maybe two street of betting. If he barrel the river, we have to fold. So I'd rather he check here. So at least that way we get to a showdown. King is a pretty bad river for us. He can obviously have ace, king, king, queen. Not exactly sure he's gonna value bet. Those hands probably should. Depending on the sizing, and we'll decide if we wanna call or fold. He does have tons of ace, king, and king, queen. Against this sizing, it's pretty close. He can be doing this with pocket tens. Here we're doing a 4 bets. I think this is a fold here because king hits too much of his range, and then I just don't think we beat much. We only beat like pocket tens. I'm not exactly sure if pocket tens gonna bluff this river. We're just gonna fold here. I just don't feel like we beat anything there. Here on this board, with top pair, top kicker, and draw like this, we're gonna go for a check raise. Here we're gonna start with a small c bet. It's pretty close. If we bet, like we have to call his jam. Might as well just put it in. I don't see any reason to do otherwise. He does fold. That's good. With the backdoor flush draw and 2 overcards, I think it was good enough to call to just jam because he only had $50. Pot was already 72. Like we're almost never folding there. So might as well just get it in and then put maximum pressure on him. I'm not exactly sure if there's any pressure. When you have like $50 in a $70 pot, it's almost like you have to get it in with any pair. Here facing 2 players, I mean peeling a flop is okay with a suited card, so I guess we're gonna go for it. Not the greatest hand to peel, but it's whatever. Here on this dry board, we're gonna go for a small c bet. Hello G4M2 unknown. Hello, good to see you back. Yeah, hopefully it's gonna get a little better today. I don't like 4-color deck. I don't know why, but it's just I'm not a big fan of that. I like classic shit, like old school stuff. On this turn, we're actually gonna start betting out small. Giving up the river. We do have the best hand. That's kind of surprising. Facing this guy is like pretty bad. He does this last time too. Not exactly sure if we should put in a raise on this board. But if we call, like our hands are faced up, ace king. We only have ace king if we just call here. So I like to take initiative and then putting some raise, just put some pressure on him, so he stopped doing this shit. I'm not sure if it's gonna stop him, but we're gonna try. And then it does work. So just let him know that he shouldn't be like mid dunk betting. It's gonna get punished. That's pretty much it. It's not gonna let people do that to us. Over here, backdoor flush gets there, so I do feel like one of them, not this guy, probably this guy has like 2 spades. It's very likely. We don't beat much on this board. I'm just gonna fold. Hopefully the fish will call, and then we can see like what he has. He has a flush almost like I would say like 80-70% of the time here. Because with the way the hand play out, I don't feel like he has an ace. Oh, he jammed. Maybe he was just trying to steal. Yeah, he does have a flush. It's like so the fish is like just jamming for no reason. I mean, he doesn't have it doesn't seem like he had an ace there. Yeah, and then that guy just like his flush is pretty faced up when he bet a river like that. Sucks for the fish though. He just lost his stack and probably got busted. Check folding this board. Jack 10 suited. Yeah, today's session started with the ban. Get it in Jacks versus Ace King, and then we got rivered. Felt pretty bad, but what can you do, right? It's hard to win a flips, man. Very hard to win a flips. We just had to, you know, get it in with as a 90% favor. That's the only way to win. Only way to win in poker. Flipping is never good for us. 3-betting here with the Queen 10 suited. Here we're just gonna fold against under the gun raise. I don't like it when fish is tanking like this. We do flop a mid pair and then a gut shot, so we're gonna go for a small c bet. We do have tons of king queen and king jack and ace king in our range, so I think we're pretty protected. Not like this guy will care though, because obviously he's fish for a reason. He's not gonna care too much about our ranges or what hand we were doing this with, and play accordingly. Fishes are normally not capable of doing that, but let's not worry about the fishes and then just worry about playing our ranges correctly. Folding ace 9 offsuit facing under the gun raise, pretty standard. Calling is a mistake. Here we're just gonna fold, not gonna defend with 5-3. Here we flat open and a straight draw. Obviously on this board we're gonna use a larger sizing actually. There's tons of draw out there, tons of straight draw. And we're gonna bet bigger, so a jack would be pretty hard for a jack to call. This guy just 3-bet like 6x. Not exactly sure who this guy is. Seems like a weaker player, but I'm not gonna attack him yet because we don't know what how he plays. Maybe he's a solid player, just use a larger sizing. So not gonna attack him yet, but. When you see somebody like you don't see normally, then you just assume that they're probably a little weaker. On this flop, I think we just give up. Don't see a reason to steal against two recreational player. They're just never folding like anything big, and then if they have an ace, they're never folding, so we can't barrel them off. And our hands pretty much joined that against the ace, so there's no reason to go crazy there against two recreational player who's not really capable of folding. I'm just gonna check this flop. Not the greatest flop for ace 8 of clubs. Just gonna fold. We should be 3-betting here with king jack suited, even though it's against our friend, but. Opening this straight draw against two players. Not exactly sure if we should be c-betting this board because it's pretty connected with their calling range. This guy cold called 3-bet, and then he obviously raised and then called 3-bet. So I feel like this board connect with them really well. So I don't think the full equity is that good when we bet this flop. Also there's spade draw of course, so we're just actually gonna check behind here. The turn doesn't change much, but since we checked the flop, we're never having queens here. Using a larger sizing on this board. Actually, yeah, big blind has tons of like jack 10, 10, 9. type of hands. $40. We are pretty much up against a queen at least here when he bet out like this. He might do it with a 10. I think we just fold here. We don't have that much outs, just open-ended. And then it is a 3-bet pot, so we're gonna give people some credit for cold calling our 3-bet, I guess. Even though they should never do that, but against under the gun raise, queen 10 offsuit is a fold. It's okay. I don't mind defending sometimes, but definitely gonna be a low frequency. Gamer unknown. Okay, that's what your name is. I am so sorry. I should have known better. But thanks for telling me. Gamer unknown. Good name. It's a trap. This guy is kind of like bad, so we can go either way. 3-betting is fine. Offsuit, I'm leaning more towards like just calling. And we do flop top pair and gonna check it to him. Check calling on this flop. And spades does get there. I think we're gonna lead this turn quite often. Just use like a 60% sizing. And we do just pick up the pot. We just don't want him to draw for free with like ace of spades or any type of spades. So we just lead out there. And then when we have a flush, we lead out sometimes too. So our leading range is pretty balanced. So unless he had like enough flush draw there, or unless he had like enough flush or like some kind of made flush, it's very difficult for him to raise our turn bet. On this board, checking back is okay. We're gonna go for a c-bet because we did raise under the gun. Here we're using a larger sizing. Checking back with jack. And we turn a top set, but 4 card to a straight, obviously. I don't see a reason to bet here because I think only a straight will call. Even like 2-pair might be folding. On this turn, we're gonna start betting a little bit. So we're checking back. And actually, we're gonna check this river. I just don't see value from anything else. I mean, I guess you have 2-pair, but even 2-pair is like a pretty easy fold, I think. Just gonna check back. And good thing you just have an ace 10. It's kind of unfortunate that the hand went the way it is, because if it's like a deuce on the turn, I think we make a lot of money off top pair top kickers, but obviously it didn't happen. Against a recreational player, we're just gonna fold here. Don't really mind giving them a small pot. Sometimes you just have to put your ego aside when you're against like a calling station or when you're against a weaker player. You just have to play your hands, play your range. Like don't overthink too much, because when you try to like outplay a bad player, then you kind of fall into their hands. Like you're gonna fall into their trap, right? So you just have to play a solid game against a player like that. And just play your ranges and then be patient, because you're eventually gonna get them. This is a little bit loose to 3-bet. I think we're just gonna go for a fold. Against a strong regular, you can definitely mix in some, tricky play. Try to be like, maneuver a little bit. But against weaker player, they're just not like thinking players, so it doesn't make any sense to like try to be cute. Because if they had anything, they're just never folding, and then you're never gonna outplay them. I mean, sometimes of course, but it's not worth it. Against weaker player, I just normally play our hands pretty much. Pocket queens here on the bottom right table. I'm not gonna defend with 9-4 offsuit, it's a little bit too light. Getting 3-bet on the button. This guy doesn't 3-bet that often. 4-betting is okay. Calling is an option as well. Against an unknown player, I think we go for a 4-bet and get it in. Pretty good flop for queens. We're just gonna go for a half pot and then get it in on the turn. Hopefully it's not an ace or king. Hopefully he has pocket jacks. He can have like some kings and aces here, but he has tons of jacks, tens, or ace king. Don't mind just picking up the pot there. It's always better if you can just win the pot and people vote by people voting, because that way you win 100% of the time. Versus if they get it in, even if they get it in bad, they still have some equity. So I mean, of course you win a bigger pot, but at the same time, there's always a chance that they're gonna suck out. So I don't mind like just picking up the pot. It's always good to be able to win 100% of the time. Here on this board, we're just gonna check. We check a lot of aces and kings here in this spot, so our range is well protected. And on this turn, we're gonna start betting. And we do just pick up the pot. That's nice. Opening a queen jack off. How many people are playing today? 89. 89 players playing on this Friday night. Getting 3-bet by the cutoff. I don't really mind a call. Suited is probably a little better though, so we're actually just gonna fold here. Here facing another 3-bet. This guy 3-bets like way too often. I don't think we get too much credit for betting. I guess we can just go for a call and then play the flop. And then this is a pretty good flop for ace queen, especially we have the ace of diamonds. So we're gonna go for a check raise, and I think we have to get it in. Blind versus blind. I'm gonna go for a check raise first. See what happens. He does just fold. Just don't want like king jack to get a free card. Even though we do have the ace of diamonds, and then we play pretty deep. We're pretty deep, so I don't mind. Just pick up the pot right there. On this board, c-betting is definitely okay. I think we're gonna use a larger sizing. And we do get snap called, and turn is completes the diamond. This guy is obviously a recreational player. Opening against two recreational player, pocket nines and blind, pretty much just gonna call into see a flop. Checking this turn. We'll be checking a lot of our ace on this turn. He just instant bet out half pot. Not exactly sure what we beat. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing this with. He can obviously be doing this with the ace, and then with like a kicker is a diamond or something. He can obviously have a flush already. I don't see a reason to check call here out of position, because we most likely we're gonna face a river bet. Just gonna mark. Here on this board, it gets check. We're gonna bet the turn, because I believe on this board, if anyone has a jack, they're gonna want to bet the flop. So once the flop goes check, pocket nine might be the best hand. He can call with king queen or ace king or ace queen, those kind of hand. Got called by 2 spots. It's kind of weird, and this is one of the worst river. We don't beat anything right now. I mean, after this river, we just have to check, and I expect to see like some ace queen, ace king possibly. But this river definitely is really bad for us. And people have like king queens here sometimes too. So I think this guy has like ace king, ace queen, and this guy maybe have king queen when he bet out like this. Here we have 2 pair. Gonna go for a bigger sizing. We're just gonna fold, and then yeah, we don't get to see it. But when he bet the river, he has like king queen there almost like 100% of the time, especially with that sizing against 2 players. It's unfortunate, but I think we had the best hand on the turn when we bet. That's all it matters. That's all it matters. we charge them to draw. So if the river is like deuce, I think we had the best hand there. I can be wrong, but very high frequency we'll have the best hand there on the river. If the river is like a, you know, something that's lower than a 10, I think we have the best hand. Actually, anything lower than a jack. It can be a pair of board jacks, or it can be like 10s or something, but I think we're good there. Unfortunately, the river is a pretty bad one. I think it's one of the best, one of the worst river. Here under the gun raise facing a big blind 3-bet, especially from our buddy. Normally this is like generally a super strong range, and then I know my friend's probably not gonna mess with us too much, so we're just gonna muck. Against an unknown player, we're still mucking. King Queen suited, maybe you can make a case for peel, but shouldn't be doing that too much. Here we got a flat by this recreational player. Hopefully somebody try to squeeze. And ace queen, we do get squeezed pretty hard. Not exactly sure what to do here. This guy is definitely like a weaker player. I think we just, I don't know, it's really close. Checking on this flop. It's really close. I'm between calling and just folding. Suited we definitely call. I guess we go for fold. Hopefully you get to see a flop. I think this guy is almost never folding. Yeah, he does call, and then it's a pretty bad flop for ace queen, so whatever, let's just be result orientated for one hand. Here he bet out the turn. I don't think it would be much. I think it's just fold here with somebody to act behind, because I don't think he's bluffing against two player out of position. He has at least a jack here, or at least an ace. And we're two outer against that, so we're just gonna fold. Because I just don't think that he'll bluff there against two players out of position. Abraham Lozoya, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? How are you doing on this beautiful Friday night? Here with the Gasha and flush draw, gonna go for a bet. Pocket ace is raised under the gun, it's pretty standard. We do just pick up the pot. Are we gonna get some action? This player probably gonna give us a crazy bluffer, 47% VPIP, and then they fall in blind. That's unfortunate when we have aces. Totally expect some action there, especially with those players in the blind, but it didn't happen. Yeah, this is pretty close between opening. I think against the two recreational player in the blind, we just open. Opening king 6 suited, kind of loose, but it's whatever. We have button and reposition. Right color, but wrong suit, unfortunately. Here on this board, we're gonna go for a small c-bet. If it gets called, we just like shut down. We did turn a gut shot, so I guess any king or 4 we're good. When he lead out, without a heart, I don't think we can continue. Here on this board, we're just gonna check back. If you guys have any question regarding the hands I played or any kind of poker question, just put it in chat and then I'll answer it. However, the stream is 5 minutes delay, so I might not see until later. But I definitely read all chats live. So any question, just type in chat. Defending against this weaker player with Jack 9 off. Here we do get call. I'm gonna start with a pretty big bet on the flop. Pretty good card to barrel. We had tons of the king hits our range pretty hard. Here we're just gonna range betting with our pocket eights, and here we check calling. Probably check calling against somebody who c-bet 80% of the time. We're gonna barrel this turn, and here we're gonna barrel this turn. Can we make a case for jam? I'm trying to figure out if we can jam this turn. I think he has tons of like 9-10 with like maybe straight draw flush draws, something like that. We go for a check jam. I think go for check jam here. Checking behind here, and then he barrel again. We're just gonna give it to him. I just don't see him barreling twice with nothing, especially with that sizing. Checking behind with 8s, and we do have the best hand. That's nice. And just gonna check jam here. Good thing that he didn't instant call, so we most likely have the best hand. He has tons of like 9-10 type of hands, so he have like pair and then open this straight draw. So we're putting in a pretty tough spot by check jamming. If we just bet here, like sizing is really weird, so he call us with the gut shot and flush draw. Good thing we hold. This is the reason why check jamming was probably a better option, because it's really tricky when we bet a turn with our stack sizing. If we use like $50–$60 sizing, I think we're giving the flush draw or combo draw too good a price to call, and then if they get there on the river, we almost always have to pay off. If we use like a larger sizing, like 100, then the pot will be like 300 with 100 behind, so it's almost the same as jamming because we're pretty much pot committed. And it almost forcing to play perfect when we bet a turn, like 100, and then with 100 behind. It forcing to play perfect because he's never like bluffing on a river if he missed. And then if he hit it, he'll always make that extra $100 we have behind. That's why I decided to go for a check jam here, because the knight does help his range a ton. He has tons of like 9-10 here. So by check jamming, we put him in a tough spot and forcing to make some mistake. So he did try to bluff us off on the turn, and then we did ship it, and then he only has like 28%, 30% equity on the turn, so he got it in bad against us, and then luckily that our hand hold, and then definitely made them X-Men. Here against this player, we're gonna 3-bet a little bigger because we're playing like almost 250 big blind deep, 260. Here on this board, we're gonna check behind. Once this flop bet gets called, I feel like he has tons of king. The only hand we beat is Jack 10 here. Just gonna check behind, and we still only beating Jack 10. On this turn, we're gonna start betting. We do face a 3-bet under the gun +1. From weaker regular, I'll say. Checking behind here. He has ace jack. It's the same as Jack 10, but it doesn't draw as well. So I was surprised that he check called there, but there's nothing wrong with it. Under the gun, we're gonna pure flop. We do flop a gut shot and flush draw, so that's pretty good. Checking to him. I got a question. Ace Queen offsuit small blind versus big blind on Queen 10x board. If you opt to call out of position on the flop, would you lead blank turn or avoid him check? Yeah, leading dunk leading a lot of tons of turns there with Ace Queen. If I decide to go with a check, here on this board we actually just gonna give up. Here check calling, and we do have a king on the turn, but it shouldn't help our hand that much. I think he almost always have an ace here. Just gonna go for a check, but it definitely give us a little bit extra equity. But he has tons of ace king and ace queen here, so I'm not exactly sure if it's the right card we want to see. So yeah, if I just check call the flop there with ace queen, definitely leading tons of turns. But it was blind versus blind, so with the flush draw out there, I think it's better to just check raise because he has tons of king queen there. We do have a river. We do river the nuts. So yeah, sizing wise, yeah, 70% is probably right, or at least like you can do like a little less, like 65% depending on what the turn is. If the turn is like a complete brick, we're just gonna check it to him and then hopefully he bluff at it. Because I just don't see like any worst hand with like call the river bet, and then he does fall for it, and we're just gonna go for a call. I don't see a reason check raise here. I know we have the nuts, but I mean, what's the point of yeah, it's double raised, whatever. If he's bluffing, he's folding, so. We do chop. Oh, so we do suck out on the turn. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't think we're making that much money here against his hands. Because pocket queens on ace king board, it's just not that good. Defending with ace 6, a little light, but I don't mind it. Here facing a c-bet. This guy's c-bet all the time. We're just gonna check out with our gut shot. And we do run pretty good today, and then we get there, so definitely going for a check raise here. Hopefully he has something like king queen, king jack. Yeah, but that hand check calling out of position, I don't like it because we already under wrap our hand. So blind versus blind, as small blind, we only under wrap because we're supposed to 4-bet with ace queen blind versus blind. So we already under wrap our ace queen. I don't like just being too passively. I don't want to play too passively. So on the flop, we're definitely gonna show some aggression. Here we're gonna overbet. Yeah, so definitely gonna show some aggression on the flop since we already under wrap our ace queen. So yeah, I think check raising is better on the flop. I'm just gonna fold this river, and he does fold. I don't think he has anything. He's CB bet like 100% of the time. When he checked the turn, he doesn't have a real hand. So. Ace 10 offsuit. I think we check raising on this flop sometimes. He does check behind. Gonna bet the turn, bet a river if it's like something lower than 10. Here, are we gonna check raise with the flush draws and overcards? Not exactly sure if I feel like ace high could be the best hand. Just after this river, he's never folding like pocket fives, so it's kind of a bad card for us to bluff. Ace high could be the best hand sometimes, but he does have ace queen. That's fine though. Three betting here sometimes. A little light. Never calling though. This guy. I think we're gonna go for a 3-bet here. Does work. That guy is still an unknown. I'm not sure like how strong he is. I'm gonna go for a limp here. Just mix it in against a pretty good regular. On this flop, we're gonna start betting. And pocket aces. Bottom opens. Small blind 3-bet. This is a perfect spot to put in a 4-bet. And he's not gonna give us too much credit, either of them. Pocket aces here is obviously a 3-bet. Unfortunately, they were just making a move, so nobody had a real hand. Hopefully here somebody has a real hand against our aces. How was Lee's Friday? Good luck tonight. Crack and Barrel, thanks for coming back again. And it's been a little better today. We lost a flip right away when session started, like the first 30 seconds we lost a flip. But since that, we've been playing pretty solid. Actually held against open-handed straight flush, open-handed and flush draw. On this board, I think go for a check. Actually, we're gonna go for a bet. So it's being pretty good. Hopefully it continues this trend. Turn and ace, we're only losing to queen jack now. Not exactly sure what to do. It's gonna bet like 80, and then pot will be 150, 260, and then you have 150 left. I guess we can bet like a little less. Bet like 55. And river SPR would be like close to 1-1. Obviously we're never folding here. If he has queen jack, he has queen jack, right? That's the only hand we're losing to. Hopefully he had a set here. If he had a set, he might jam here. And he'll be drawing to one outer. I don't think he has queen jack that much because the under the gun raise, and then we raise under the gun, we 3-bet under the gun +1. So I don't think he cold call with queen jack that often. So yeah, we do just pick up the pot. Unfortunately, he didn't have too much, like a strong hand there. I was hoping that he does, like have a set or something, but wasn't meant to be. On this board, gonna start with small c-bet against our friend. We do have a gut shot. Defending with ace jack off, a little bit light, but we only have to put in $3 more, so it's fine. Facing a check raise, not gonna fold yet. Facing turn bet, we're just gonna fold. And here, facing the c bet, I'm actually gonna peel a turn. Folding here. Trying to figure out which should lead. Probably should. Let's leave for like 80% the pot and hopefully get it done. If he has like pocket 10s plus, of course he's calling, and then you can just shut down on the river anyway. So this is like a one-time shot. Like we still lead like some flush draws. We do just pick up the pot. That's nice. Because we have tons of king 9, ace 9 type of hands, and then any kind of 7x. He doesn't have any of those. Here under the gun raise, the position, we're gonna raise, like we're gonna size up a little bit, like go to 20. I don't like calling a jam. Yeah, he just fold. That's good. Here facing a 3-bet from the blind. This guy seems pretty solid, even though like I don't recognize him. I think he's like a weekend player, only weekend plays. But he seems pretty solid. Just gonna fold it here. Queen jack suited, we can probably peel. Ace 5. I feel like it's more like 3-bet or fold. Don't mind a call every once in a while. CS Curdeet, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Jimmy Rump, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Hopefully you guys having a good day. Here he check on this flop. We're just gonna bet. He has tons of like king queen that would check. I don't think he would check a pair here. Most likely like a draw, like overcard, ace king, ace queen, king queen. So we're just gonna bet to protect our 5. And then we with this bet, he does fold some pocket 7 and pocket 8, so that's gonna be like a huge win for us. How many hands would you suggest playing before getting a coach? I don't think there's like a specific number in terms of number of hands you should play. But definitely get a tracking program. That's like very important. Like you definitely need a tracking program, so that way you know how much you're winning, what your problem is, and when you have a tracking program, like a good coach can notice your leaks right away. So it's gonna save you tons of money. Like even though tracking program costs like $100 or something, but it's totally worth it. No matter what stakes you play, even though you start small, you still need a tracking program. So that way you have everything tracked, and just when you're struggling or something, like you can get a coach, and then like a coach will be able to tell like what your leaks are, what kind of mistake you're making. Just help you fix your leaks a little easier than without tracking Pokemon. Without tracking Pokemon, it's almost impossible. Here we turn a Gut Shot. Not exactly sure when I barrel this. On this flop, I'm gonna go for a small C-bet. Pocket Aces facing under the gun raise and small blind cold call. Definitely gonna jack it up. And here we do face a pretty big river bet. I feel like this is a bet like King Queen, King Queen, King Jack, maybe a set. I don't think it is a bluff. The only bluffing combination is hold on, we're gonna barrel this turn pretty big. Here we're just gonna fold. Yeah, I don't see that many bluffing combination. Maybe like Jack 10 of Diamond, Queen Jack of Diamond or something. But we only have a 5, so nothing we can do. Here we do face the 4 bets. The question is, do we want to get it in right now or do we want to flat call? There are advantages for both. If we just flat call here, sometimes we get pocket jacks to overplay. If the flop goes like 7-7 deuce. Here we're facing another tough decision. Here we're just gonna jam. If the downside for flat calling is if he had ace king and then he flop air, we're not gonna get his stack, so we're just gonna go for it. And here facing a double raise on the turn, don't think we can fold yet. Definitely gonna call. Just trying to think what we do on the river. Let's just call and see what it is, and it is the spade. So it should slow him down a little bit. Here with ace queen suited in position, we're gonna call and pure flop. Ace 6, probably just a fold. I don't think he's doing that raise on the turn with the spade draw, so we're just gonna check. If he had a set here, he might check back. Hopefully he just check back. I'm not exactly sure what he has. With the way the hand goes, it feels like he had a set. Here on this board, I think we're gonna go for a half pot bet. We do have backdoor flush draw, and then we do have overcards. And he bets 110. That's rough. I feel like this is like a set. He just wouldn't play this hand any other ways. I mean, if he had like something else other than a set, I just don't see how he would play this way. I think this is a pretty easy fold. We raised under the gun, he called. Small c-bet. And then he's a recreational player, so definitely he's somebody who's gonna flat call under the gun +1 with pocket fours and pocket deuces. If he's a better player, he doesn't do that. But because he's a fish, so he might flat call pocket fours and pocket deuce very often here. And then this is just a value bet. We don't have that many flushes in our range. I think we just fold here. It's a pretty easy fold too, I think. He called a flop, double raise the turn. Yeah, he's never doing that with King Queen. If he does it with King Queen, he's checking back the river, so we're just gonna give it to him. Unfortunately, we lost that pot, but I don't think it was that difficult decision to fold there, because I think his set was pretty faced up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I am pretty confident that we didn't have the best hand there. Just with the way it goes, especially the flush get there on the river. Just don't see him value betting a king. A king queen on the river. So basically, we don't beat anything. Here he checked the flop and bet a turn. We do have a flush draw. Gonna put in a raise here. And here we do flop top pair, check calling. Managed to get tier 1 prize for the beast. Congratulations, man. Mansanity. What's your in-game name? What's your ID? Check calling on this turn again, I think. Hopefully we can fade the flush draw. This is not a bad river. And we do win. Tier 1 price for the beast is like 1250, right? Congratulations, sir. You're putting tons of work and you deserved it. I actually never tried to grind for tier 1 beast board because that's a shitload of grinding. And with the 10-month-old son, I would rather spend time with my son versus grinding like 50%. I mean 50 hours a week or something. I think you have to grind even more, like 70, 80 hours or something. So it doesn't make sense for me. But yeah, what's your ID on ACR? So next time I can tag you as a friend. Maybe we play a little more peacefully. If not sure if that's what you want, because some people they just want to go after it, even against a friend. Here on this file, go for a small c-bet, and on this board we check behind. Small c-bet is fine, but it has to be like a mixed range of bluffing and value hands. I think we're playing pretty well today, honestly. Betting the turn when he checked the second time. Playing pretty well. Very happy with the way we played today. I think we did some very solid laydown. Got maximum value on some of the hands. Pretty happy with the way we play. I'm actually pretty happy with the way I play throughout the entire July and August. It's just that card was not kind to us. This guy never opened. First open in 6 hands. Facing a call on the button and call on the small blind. Squeezing is okay here. Probably should just squeeze. Don't see a reason to flat call king queen here. As long as we get through this guy, we should be good. Even if he call, like, it's not the end of the world. If he calls, then he will call, and then it becomes like 4-way $120 pot. We do flop top here. Start with a small c-bet. Sometimes checking back here is fine. Mostly betting though. And he does call. I'm assuming that he has like a pair or something. This is definitely not a flop we want to see because he's range really hard. He has tons of like small pocket pairs, and then this guy has probably like ace king, ace queen or something like that. So we get dominated either way. So we get dominated by the big cards, and then this guy could potentially have a set, and then we are drawing that pretty much. Turn a top pair, that's nice. Just gonna check this turn. Betting the turn. Probably check calling once. This is the guy that always does the mid bet. With a gotcha and backdoor flush draw, definitely worth it to see a turn. I'll check it to him. If he mid bet again, we probably call. King 3, a little loose. Don't mind against 2 weaker player. And here he bets 70. We just have to fold, I think. What do you have here though? He raised mid position, call huge squeeze. Guess he can have like jacks. Nice hand. Not gonna try to figure out what he has. Here on this board, we're just gonna go for a small c-bet since we open with king 3 suited. Might as well just continue. Opening with 10-6, it's kind of loose, but we do get called. I don't see a reason to barrel here. We still beat flush draws, and now flush gets there, so we don't beat anything now. So just gonna fold. Here with the gut shot. Just gonna check behind. I don't think he's folding that much on this board. Full equity is not that great. It's not the greatest. He does bet the turn. I think we just give it to him. Just give it to him. A offsuit is not good enough to call a 3-bet. Facing mid 3-bet, this guy is kind of bad. 9-10 off, definitely peel it, peeling a flop. And then we do flop top 2 pair, so good for us. Hopefully he does have that queen jack. Just gonna start betting pretty big. And he does instant mark. Here facing this guy is a 3-bet, ace queen suited. 4-betting is definitely okay. Just gonna go for a call. Suited hand does play a little better. We do flop the right color, but wrong suit. Unfortunately, once again. Gonna go for a small c-bet against a weaker player. I think they overfold in this spot a lot. Mika S. Lewis, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good Friday so far. Facing a raise, we're just gonna fold. Here against under the gun open, ace queen, it can make a case for 3-bet, but I think it's borderline. It's probably better to just flat. Here against, I actually feel like 3-betting here if I want to play. Folding is definitely okay too. Since it's a little deeper, I guess we can go for a 3-bet. Just put some pressure on him. And we turn an ace and just gonna check. I feel like he's betting here a ton. And we're probably check calling the river again. We're only losing to ace, king, ace, jack. Just gonna check call the river. He might try to value bet like ace 10. He has nothing, so. On this board, small c betting. We had tons of high card in the spade draw. Insanity, congrats! Congrats. So you actually made the first tier of B-Sport playing 50 NL. That's crazy. That's like insane return. So you're getting like 100% rake back almost. Congratulations. That's such a big deal. When you grind 50 NL and made it to tier 1, it's like the best. It's like hands down the best, because you're basically getting like 20 buy-ins, no more than that, like 20 something buy-ins, just the bonus alone. So it's great. Feel extremely happy for you. On this river, I think we check back. He has tons of ace king here. Yeah, he does have ace king, so it's a smart to check back. He does have some ace jacks too, but against this pretty solid player, he has tons of ace king there, so checking back is probably better. Here we do face a dunk pad. Not exactly sure if raising is the right play here. He can obviously be doing that with the ace king, like the same hand. But this guy is super loose. So we're actually gonna put in a raise here, and then get it in against this guy, never folding against him. If he had a set, then good for him. Not the cleanest turn, but we're just gonna jam this turn. Hopefully he has like king queen. I don't think there's any other way to play this hand. Don't think he would dunk back king jack on a flop. Maybe he does. He does have a fish tag, so I don't know how he plays. But now he's tanking, so I guess we're good. Here we do get check raise again on ace high board. So this is like our board, and then he check raise us. It's like what the hell? But we're definitely not folding ace queen yet. So yeah, congratulations, man! 50 NL made it to 1250 bracket. Congrats! That's such a huge achievement, and then you get like, I think you might even get like more than 100% rake back. So yeah, congratulations, man! Hopefully you can keep it up. Here, facing the same player, we're just gonna go for a small c-bet here, and then if he goes crazy, we just fold. Here we're calling the turn. Possibly folding the river, because if we bet 3 streets, he almost always have something. Like a 4, I don't know what he has, but we'll see. Checking the turn. And he bets out. Just gonna give it to him. Against a player like that, I'm not too worried about not able to get our money back. So we're just gonna pick a better spot. And he checked the river. When he checked the river, I feel like he has ace jack. He could definitely be trapping with like a set, and hopefully that we value bet ace king, and then he can check jam. So we're just gonna check back here. Just be smart. He has 7-5. What the hell? So he was just check raising with the gut shot. That's kind of ambitious, but at least we faded that. Trying to re-chat, you guys are going at it pretty hard. It's our low-key, congrats dude. Play AK today. Play 3 plays and where I got mostly but today I did 4 plays. Yeah, 4 bliss, if you're like hustling, it'll get you like 1,000 hands per hour. Like doing stream, I'm normally getting like 800. It's because I'm talking most of the time and try to explain my thought process instead of just botting. Like, not botting, like, you know, like cruising. So on stream, I only get like 750 to like 800 hands per hour. But if I'm like hustling, just like massive clicking, then yeah, I get like 1,000 hands for 4 bliss table. Here we flop a set, but unfortunately we don't have any action. I think 30 buying on NL50 is more than enough. Using a larger sizing because this board has tons of draws. He checked the turn. We're gonna go for an overbet on the river. Actually, we're checking. He can be trapping with ace, and I just don't see a reason to do anything crazy. Here we flop middle set. I'm gonna go for a small c-bet. Hopefully somebody has an ace. We got called by 2 players. Only losing to king 10 and 10-9. I don't think either Gasha would call the flop. Maybe. Just gonna bet for value, I guess. Until proven otherwise. Here facing an overbet, we're just gonna fold. Never folding to his stack, and his jack is no good. I was hoping the bigger stack fold because that way we can, you know, just always calling. If the $300 stack call behind us or like raise it, it'll be a little bit trickier because he does have some 10-9 and king 10 there. Like not very often, but like sometimes. Because we did use a smaller c-bet sizing on the flop, so that's the risk we have to take. Ace jack offsuit facing a button 3-bet and a cold call. Pretty close. Suited we'd probably call. Offsuit, probably just gonna fold. Yeah, if you guys play 50 NL on ACR, definitely take a look at the beast board and definitely trying to definitely going for it. Because I think when you play 50 NL, the beast board is huge. So when I was grinding, when I was doing my bankroll challenge from 1,000 to 10,000, I grinded a ton. Just for the stream purposes, it wasn't like I need the money or anything. Since like most of you probably know, like I own 3 businesses, and then poker is just kind of like a side thing for me. But I did grind super hard when I was doing the bankroll challenge. Yeah, the beast board is super rewarding, dude. Like, especially playing 50 NL. If you grind it, you get like $100. You almost get like 100% rake back, which is awesome. Sometimes you get even more. You get more than 100% big blind. Not 100% rake back, which is awesome, right? But you have to put in a lot of time, obviously. So that's the downside of it. But if you guys are like, you know, trying to improve your game, that's definitely something that you want to do. Just grinding 50 NL and then get to the beast board. You can make, just imagine it. You can make, what is it? Let me just do the calculation. So $50. So you get 1250 times 50. So you get like 25 buy-ins just by hitting the beast board. Like, it's awesome, dude. You can get 25 buy-in just by hitting the tier 1 beast board. How awesome is that? Most people only need 20 buy-in bankroll to play that stakes, and then you can just basically instant make 25 buy-in stack, 25 buy-in bankroll by hitting the tier 1 beast board. That's just awesome. Definitely go for it. Definitely going for it. Facing an overbet on the turn, it's a little bit tricky. He could be doing this with complete air like ace queen, but 7-9, and then we don't. Probably just gonna give it to him. It's fine. Three betting with ace 10 suited here. We're facing a 3-bet from small blind. I think this is a 4-bet. We can put him in like some top spots, so just go for a 4-bet. And he does jam. I don't think we can fold jacks once we get it in. Once we put in a 4-bet, just gonna go with it. Hopefully he has ace king, and good luck to us. He does have ace king. Can we hold for once? Maybe. And we do. Congrats. We win a flip, guys. We win a flip, guys. 3-bet, cold call, and 4-bet. Ace 10 suited, no good. Just during the time that you guys were chatting, we actually won a freaking flip for the first time ever. It's very difficult to win a flip, guys. We did it. We did it, guys. On this turn, just go for a check. Longcomb Young, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're enjoying the stream so far. Got shot. Here we're only beating a complete air. Just gonna fold. I don't think a recreational player would turn his hand into a bluff there. Here calling the flop with the gut shot. It's against a small c-bet, and we're folding to our buddy. 7-8 suited, we're gonna open. It's a little bit loose, but don't mind it once in a while. Here we flop top pair. This is a cold call under the gun. Gonna isolate him with kings. We do flop a flush draw. That's probably the best flop we can hope for. Gonna go for a bigger sizing on this flop. Using a small sizing here. Since we raise under the gun, we have tons of ace king, ace queen, and they don't have those hands. but he does decide to call, so I guess he could have like flush draw or an ace. We don't improve on the turn, but I think a second barrel should take it down a lot, and then if we don't, we can always triple barrel, because I just don't think his hand can hold too much heat. Let's just gonna go for a double barrel here, and then go for triple on the river, depending on what it is. If it's like a jack or something, jack or queen, we're definitely folding. I'm gonna go for a river bet. I do need to polarize this bet. Let's go for a $100 bet. 2x river bet. I just don't think he has that any hand that can handle this bet unless he has specifically ace 10. Wow, he called with ace jack. Wow, that's just bad. I guess not a good call, but like what are the odds that ace jack is the best hand there, right? We'll play the same if we have like ace king. But it's okay. We can make notes on that guy. Calling double pot river, facing under the gun range, with ace jack. Wow. Guess we got so red, bro. We got so red, bro. So red us. Congrats. Here we're doing a 3-bet with pocket 7s. Don't mind that play though. Sometimes we're gonna run into somebody who's just gonna call. But more often than not, he's folding. So this guy call 3 street with ace jack, just pair ace, called 2x river bet versus under the gun range. I'm just gonna make a note. We're gonna make more money later against that player. I'm not too concerned. 3-betting with 8s. Not the bad flop. Just go for a small c-bet. I think a lot of overcards will be folding. Ace king, ace queen. On this turn, just gonna continue betting. Not too big though. Just gonna go for a $20 sizing. We're only gonna peel because this guy's pretty bad and I expect him to call sometimes, so... Oh, he doesn't, but we do have a pretty good flop for 7s. Yeah, definitely need a good luck. Thanks for the good luck. Always need it. Check calling on this board. One of the worst return. He bet so small. It is very tempting to call. 6, 7. We do have 6 outs. Here facing a cold call from a bad player, and then this sizing is just not right, so this guy has to be a recreational player. We're gonna peel with ace 7 suited actually. Here we're gonna call. And check folding the river obviously. I don't think he's bluffing this river that much. He has to have at least an ace. I'm not even sure if like ace queen, ace 10 is a bet. Oh, he has pocket kings, okay. XG Zeus, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Here we do flop but not flush draw. Against this bet, I think we have to call and then hopefully we get there on the river. We don't. A small c-bet on this flop. And I'm gonna bet when he checked to us on this board. He bet 75, so not exactly sure what he's doing this with. It feels super bluffy because if he has like a king, I think he would bet a little less, but we don't have anything, so good for him. On this board, gonna start with a bigger c-bet. Thank you for the kind word for liking my stream. Yeah, stick around. I stream Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday at 9 p.m. So every day, Monday to Friday at 9 p.m. Sometimes when I play on during weekends, I'll stream, but mostly on during weekend I play on apps. Some private game, bigger games, 10-20 apps game. Just easy money. Those games just print money. Yes, so I run 3 businesses. I think I should like put this in like the info session or something, because I get asked every day. So I own 3 businesses. The first one is my main business. It's an auto broker service, luxury car service. So we handle brand new Audi, Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, and Porsche, and then we do exotics like Ferrari, Lamborghini, that kind of stuff. And the second business is a auto repair shop, like an auto service shop. Here with the Ace of Spades, we're gonna start with a small c-bet, and then auto service shop, auto repair shop is my second business, and the third one is the auto rental business. So they're all auto related. I'm a huge car guy, always love cars. This is one of the good turn, very good turn for us. Just gonna barrel it. Hopefully we can just take it down. You can make a case for checking back, I guess, but mostly just a bet. And then we don't get there. Do we jam? I think we just go for a blocker bet. Yeah, we go for it. He can have like some king, queen, ace, queen, but we have all the aces and kings too, so it'll be a pretty hard call with ace, queen, because the way we play, we have tons of aces and kings. And king queen is almost always a fold. We can have some ace x of spades, obviously. So just gonna go for it. Always going for it, guys. Always going for it. Putting the pressure on. Putting the pressure on, baby. 3-bet with aces. Fold, man. You don't be nothing. He's pretty capped at like king queen. Pretty good flop. Start with a small c-bet. Here we're 3-betting with tens. I think we just jam the turn. Maybe we can like do like another value bet and jamming the river. Probably better. And it does work. Trying to figure out the sizing. Probably like 40. Actually 35 should be right. Here facing a 3-bet. On this board, pocket tens, when we get like this kind of flop and then facing 2 cold caller, we're just gonna bet. Not sure how much. Probably just like a small bet. Here we calling and here we put it in. He has tons of king queen, ace king. Pretty good flop for tens. On this turn though, I think we're checking back a ton. 5-7. Holy shit. People call us down with a pair 7 on the river. Here we're gonna start betting the turn. Pair 7. Damn, that is ambitious. And here we're checking back. Pocket 7, no good. That was really ambitious. Oh my goodness. Daily poker, you work on the table sound, which is great. Yeah, man, I listen to. I know. I'm. You know, you're one of my loyal viewers. Of course, I'm gonna listen to you, man. Whatever that helps the viewing experience, I'm gonna do. Whatever you guys request, what I'm gonna do. If you guys want me to play NL50 sometimes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just for you guys. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna gain like any extra viewers playing NL50. But maybe. I think people generally prefer bigger games. Maybe I'll post on 500 NL, 1000 NL sometimes. I do play tons of those games when I was playing pro live. Online, not so much. Just gonna start with a small c-bet against a weaker player, expecting to overfold a lot, and he does instant muck. Pocket aces again. Now, except when table switch, there's a switch sound. That's very annoying. Took my headphone out since it sounded like something that happened outside. Well, I just can't like play like completely without any sound, cause you know. I actually got used to it without the notification sound. I guess we can turn off the swoosh sound. Let me do that right now, just for you, bro. Just for you. Let me see how do I do it. Go to setting, sound, user chip gather bomb pot. I don't think there's an option for that though. Can we even turn off the swoosh sound? Let me see. Check fold user term. Definitely not that. New user car. 3-betting here with kings. Time bank bomb pot beast point slot machine spin. Winning double or nothing. Yeah, I just don't see how to turn off that sound. You tell me. Already driven all of those cars. Yeah, when I was younger, I'm like a supercar guy. I drove. I didn't drive any of the fancy car. I had a M3, like an E92 M3. Obviously, it has to be stick shift. I drove a F10 M5. Here we're facing a 4-bet, just gonna jam. That guy might be a little tilted over us and got sick of us. Queens, can we hold? No queen. And we held. Nice. We are winning pots today, boys. Back to the winning way. On this flop, I think we're gonna start c-bet because we do have a god shot and then a backdoor not flush draw, so we can call a check raise. So that's why I decided to just go for a c-bet. So I have the E92 M3, and then I had a F10 M5, and then I had the F80 M3. They're all stick shift except the M5 because M5 is a little bit too big to drive stick shift. We do turn a straight. Gonna overbet this turn. He probably won't put us on 8. You never know. I now drive an SUV, Audi SQ5, like SUV. Gonna take my son around, man. Gonna take my wife around. Gonna have a more comfy car. My wife always hated the exhaust on my M3 because it's so loud. I'm not sure if we should value bet this river when a board paired. Small c-bet when we flop trips. Just gonna check back. And it is a chop. I just don't see a reason to bet the river. Don't see too much value there. Only see risk. So on that river, I don't see any value. I see tons of risk. I see tons of traps. If you ask me why, it's based on my experience. Like people just check there to trap my ass, and then if I bet, they're going for a check jam with a boat. Checking back with an ace. He raised under the gun, and button 3-bet. His range is pretty strong, and then big blind 4-bet. So this is like really strong. I think we're folding ace king offsuit here, especially somebody who only 4-bet 2% of the time. I'm just gonna here we're calling obviously. we do lose the minimum by checking twice. Really like our play there. Just gonna fold, and then hopefully you get to see it. We don't, but we most likely don't have the best hand there. It is the easy fold. Ace King offsuit, no good there. Hey Faber TV, do you know how do I turn off the swoosh sound? Cause I didn't find anywhere that has that option. So it's definitely not check, definitely not user turn. Cause it's a sound that happened after we folded, right? So not chips. User card, user pot, no. Bet turn, button action. Chip gather, no. Bomb pot, no. Time bank, countdown. Beast point, slot machine. Play? Oh no. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't think we can turn it off. Sorry, buddy. I don't think that we can turn off the swoosh sound without turning off everything. If we turn off everything, the stream would just become like a 100% jazz music stream, and then with me talking, that's kind of weird. I'm gonna go for a 3-bet on this guy. I think he might be a little tilted. We've been dominating him all night long, so he could be a little tilted. Just gonna put the pressure on. Put the pressure on somebody who might be tilted. Kind of brutal, I know, but you know, this is what people do to us too. He does put a 4-bet, so unfortunately we don't have a hand to go with it. Just gonna fold. Bird dies alone. We get 3-bet cutoff versus button. 4-betting is okay. Calling is okay. I'm probably gonna go for a. Actually, we're gonna. If we 4-bet and he jammed, which he might be jamming, he might do that. Just going for a call and see a flop. King A deuce, losing to King Queen, losing to Ace King now. Still beating Ace Queen, Ace Jack. I don't think we can fold to a 1-bet, so just gonna check call. Just gonna go for a call. Turn is at 8. I don't think he's gonna barrel this turn that much without a king. So if he barrel on this turn, I'm gonna give him credit for a king. Turn off all the sound. Don't. Then how do you listen to me trolling? Can't turn off the sound, man. You're here for my explanation, for my thought process. Gonna keep something on. Gonna check here. Hopefully he has like pocket nines or something. That's the only hand we beat. He might have like some queens and jacks here. We'll see. He does bet 27. Flush gets here. We don't beat anything. Except like Ace Jack, Ace Queen. That's none clubs. Just don't see why he would do this, but he did check the turn, so well, we might have the best hand here actually. But against that sizing, I just feel like it's super value. It's pretty close. Against this sizing, we probably fold. I feel like that's more value hand than bluffs. 3-betting a lot bigger because he's obviously deeper. Just gonna fold. It's pretty close. We could have the best hand there sometimes, but decided to take the lower variance line by just folding. It's okay to be a little chicken sometimes. Don't always have to go all in. F10 M5, yeah, that was a nice card, but actually I didn't enjoy it that much. Like, I enjoy my M3s way more than my M5. So I think my E92 M3 was better, and my F80 M3 was better. Maybe because those are stick shift, and I prefer driving stick shift, and then my M5 was double clutch, so it didn't feel as good. I felt like M5 was too big. Obviously, like, it has a lot of power. Check calling on this flop, probably leading this turn. And we do get called, and this is one of the worst river. He's calling the turn with like tons of like queen jack type of hands. So now we're just gonna check fold. He does bad. Easy fold. Yeah, I didn't enjoy my M5 that much actually. I think that car has tons of horsepower and sounds amazing, but at the same time it's a big car, so it doesn't feel as agile. So it doesn't feel as agile. It's a little bit too big. A little bit too big. Just a little bit too big. Handles pretty well, but compared to M3, it doesn't handle as good as an M3. It feels big during corners. So I didn't really enjoy my M5 that much, to be honest. Bowler guy streaming. Not really. Not really. Not really. I'm just an older guy with more experience and then, you know, with a business to run. I was exactly the same when I was, you know, I was grinding this game for a living when I was in my early 20s, so definitely wouldn't call I'm a baller. Against two players in a blind, I'm gonna go for a pretty bet. I'm gonna go for an over bet actually against two players on this board. Don't mind just taking it down, and then if they want to draw, they have to pay for it. Definitely not baller streaming. Yeah, I do stream for fun though. Definitely not streaming for money or any kind of, you know, anything like that. Streaming to help fellow poker players who's struggling in lower stakes, or even like younger people, like people in early 20s, like 21, 22, who want to take poker seriously. And then hopefully I'm able to provide some tips, and then hopefully you guys are able to pick up something in my stream that's gonna help your poker career. A bet and a cold call. Definitely gonna squeeze huge here because of this guy super hard, super deep, and then he's kind of bad. Gonna squeeze to 30. Don't mind just taking it down. You don't want to be greedy and then squeeze a little too little, and then you're gonna get sucked out and then you'll lose like 300 big blind stack. That's never good. It's always better to win $10 versus losing 300. Just always remember that. So yeah, when I was younger, when I was early 20, when I was trying to take this game seriously, and it was Car Runner back in the days. I don't know if any of you know what Car Runner is, but yeah, I actually was a member. I actually subscribed to Car Runner, and then learned tons of content there. Learned tons of contents there. That's how I got my career started. Here on this board, we're gonna see bet a little bigger. On this turn, I feel like he's calling with like a lot of 6-7, 5-7 type of hands, maybe 9-7. So we do have to check this turn. So yeah, when I was younger and when I was trying to take poker seriously, I spent tons of time studying and then spent a lot of money on contents. So just hopefully that my stream can be that content for you guys, and then it's free. That's actually a huge win for me, because this is the only, because I'm getting older, like I don't really care about like, you know, Oh, he has a king. Mostly playing this game for fun. Like even if we lose like 10 buying today, like if you guys have been seeing my stream, we have been running pretty bad since July. But like it doesn't bother me. Like even like a 30 buying downswing, like it doesn't even change the way I think about poker or the way I feel. Like, you know, after poker, when I see my son, I'm like super happy. Like, doesn't matter how shitty it goes on poker. It just doesn't affect me anymore because it's not my main source of income. Well, of course, I still try to beat the game and stuff, but it's a lot better to play this as a side job, side hustle versus just playing professionally. But if you guys are young, definitely you know, go for it. Here we're gonna be putting a huge 4-bet. You guys are young, go for it, man. Go for it, boys. He does call a 4-bet. I think we have to be a little careful here. We don't have a heart in our hand, so our hand is pretty bad. Because any turn, if it's an ace or king of heart, it's not really the greatest either. So we're gonna go for a check and possibly just give up the pot. He instant bet 42. We're just gonna muck here. There's no reason to be sticky here because there's not too much good turns for us. And he can obviously have pocket tens. Mostly he has like pocket jacks plus. And the best we can hope for here is a chop. Check calling this turn. Just gonna fold. Nice hand, buddy. On this river, we're check calling. Hot sauce underscore Twitch. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Nice name, buddy. I like it. He can have a flush here, obviously, but we are not folding trip kings to a half pot bet. He has it, he has it. And he's just value betting a worse king. That is actually a bad bet. Like, he shouldn't be betting the river, because we can have some flushes there, and they will play the same way. And then, like a king with no kicker just doesn't have, it just doesn't beat anything, pretty much, when we check call the turn. So I guess it is, I think it is pretty big mistake to bet the river there. Here, open-ended straight flush draw. Start with the small c bet. Do you play another poker room? Yes, I do. I play on Natural 8. I play on Bovada. I play on Ignition. We do get check raise. Not sure if we should put in a 4-bet. I mean, not sure if we should put in a 3-bet. C-betting here. I think we're putting a 3-bet. Just get it in, because we're not even like afraid of anything. We're not afraid of a set. Here we are just gonna barrel the turn. Even we just have a gut shot, our range is just way stronger than his. Here we're betting pretty big. Going for a 3-bet and get it in. Not really afraid of anything. We still have 50% equity against the set. He does check. This is an interesting spot. He does call a 3-bet on the flop, so he could definitely have some ace-10. I don't think he have a set. I think if he's just gonna jam with the set, which is checking back here, and we don't get there, unfortunately. Kind of suck because we do have a 50% chance to get there, but it probably save us some money, honestly. Just gonna fold here. He bet pot, so I guess he had a set here. Maybe ace-10. I don't think ace-10 value bet this river. Just gonna fold, but I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing this with. I think very likely a set, so unfortunately we don't get there. I'm just gonna fold. Yeah, I play Natural 8, so ACR 1-2 game, like ACR 200 NL game doesn't run during the daytime. I think you start running around like 5 PM or something. So during the daytime, I'm like a morning person, so when I wake up in the morning, I will play on Natural 8 because most of the players on Natural 8 are Asian time zone, and then the game is pretty soft. So I play Natural 8 in the morning, and then I play some Bovada in the afternoon if I have time. and then I play ACR at night. In terms of difficulty, Bovada games are definitely the softest, followed pretty closely by Natural 8. Natural 8 are pretty soft as well, and then ACR is definitely one of the hardest game. Raise my thoughts, thanks for the follow, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Yeah, ACR is definitely the hardest game. I think I never play on stars because if I want to use VPN, I play on Natural A, or I just play on Natural A if I want to use VPN, because I don't see a reason to use VPN and play in a tougher game. Checking this turn, I think. Don't see any value by betting. Just check back and then hopefully he bluff the river. And then if he had a better hand, we lose less too. So yeah, if I use VPN, I play on Natural 8. If I don't want to use VPN, I play ACR and Bovada. I'm just gonna check back. It doesn't have anything. What's your schedule like? What's your schedule like? I play Blitz. My schedule is Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. every day. Like 9 p.m. every day from Monday to Friday. I stream for like 2 hours or so. Facing a 4-bet ace-5, which is Mach. Against an unknown player. Here we gonna lead out with the middle pair and open a straight draw. He does call. That's a little bit weird. I guess he could have like some flush draw. That's the only hand that will make sense. Just gonna check. Queen 10. Queen 10 checking this flop is kind of bad. Like I expect him to bet there like 80, 85, 90% of the time on that kind of flop. But we don't control how other people play, so it's whatever. Probably 3-betting. Not the greatest flop, but we do have some backdoor potential. Backdoor flush draw. I think they overfold this C-bet, especially a weaker player. He does call though. This is a pretty good turn for our range. But I'm not exactly sure if we should be betting this turn, because if he has any 5s, obviously this is a straight. I think we go for a check and then see what he does. Maybe bluff the river, I don't know. You explain well, the table just goes so fast, it's hard to see what's going on. Yeah, some of my viewers actually asked me to play 2 tables instead. I think I'm gonna do that on Bovada, so in the future, if I start playing 500 NL Bovada, then since on Bovada you can only play 2 tables, so I'll do that. And then Natural 8, probably 4 table lane. Gonna bet a little bigger here, since we're a little deeper. Here facing under the gun +1, 3-bet ace jack offsuit is just not the greatest. This is one of the worst turn. E38 BMW 7 Series. You're old school, buddy. Nice. Yeah, man, you're gonna do what you have to do. Sometimes you don't get to drive the car you want. I expecting to check here a lot. Not sure if you want to bluff this river. Not sure if you want to bluff on this board. Maybe just give up. Zero Head, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. He just dunked out 96, so trying to figure out what he's doing this with. I don't feel like he's bluffing with this sizing, because we check back a lot of aces and kings on the turn, so he does expect us to have some aces and kings here. So in order to do this, he has to have a flush or a bolt. He's not bluffing here. So if we had aces here, we might even consider folding. Because our aces and kings is... Like, aces and kings are totally in our range here. And then he just doesn't give a shit and just pot it. So he almost always have it there. Just in case, if you guys are in a similar spot with aces and kings there, the river facing that kind of bet is probably a fold. Because we have all the aces in our range. And here we raise and then gets cold call and then a huge squeeze bet from the small blind. Definitely gonna put in a 5 bet. Depending on what this guy does. Okay, so he fold. Never calling here because it gives him the good price to come in for with any pocket small pocket pairs. So 4 bet here is like almost mandatory. Let's just go for like 40-62, a little over 2x, and obviously we're calling a jam. I don't expect him to call here, and then if he had like ace king or jacks plus, he's probably jamming, and he does. Ace king, can we hold? Oh my god, that sucks, dude. This is like terrible, man. Shit, are you serious? We just lost a 95% hand. I guess we just, we're destined to run below EV. Flat calling with queens here. Oh my god, that sucks, dude. Ace is losing to queen. Ace is losing to ace kings. Like, what the fuck, bro? What is going on here? Like, we're supposed to call here. Facing this bet, it's really small. I kind of feel obligated to raise here, actually. Let's raise a little bit. Facing this bet, definitely gonna call the flop. Not the greatest turn. Yeah, that's kind of that's a bad sock out, boys. That's a bad sock out, boys. We just can't hold, man. Like 95% favor, still lost. It's like, here we're putting a 4 bet and get it in. That is brutal. Aces versus ace king offsuit, and then we ended up losing. Flop a king, turn a king, just like that. 5% hand wins. That is very unfortunate. Raised under the gun, facing a small 3 bet under the gun +1. Not exactly sure what that means. I guess he's kind of like a weaker player. He could, I don't know what he's doing this with, honestly. But we're not gonna fold tens. Probably check calling this flop. He can be doing that with like ace king, ace queen. I do see some people do that, but not the greatest way to play. I think our EV money is really good today. Really good today. Our EV money should be up like close to 1 grand. I feel like, I can be wrong. Like yesterday, I feel like we had a pretty good session, but we ended up losing like $30. Not the greatest term. He does have some ace queen in his range. Just gonna fold this turn. Quick question, maybe label your tables with the numbers so your viewers can easily identify which one you're talking about if they aren't used to looking at multiple tables. Yeah, I'll probably just say like top left, top right. Normally there's only one action going on. Rarely it's 2 tables with, some kind of crazy action. Not sure that's easy or not. I'll just try to say which. On this flop we're using a larger sizing. Yeah. What can you do, right? You got it in 95% favor. You lose. shit's gonna happen sometimes. It does happen once every 20 times, right? So it's not like, it's not mathematically impossible, so 95% still lose sometimes. We have been losing a ton though, aces versus ace king. Way more than 5% for sure. No, it's okay if you wanna. I don't mind a repeat comment at all. Always feel free to say something in chat. Using a larger sizing because big blind calling range does include some kind of jack 10, 10 9, queen 9, queen 10, those kind of hand. So you do want to punish them. This is one of the card that hits his range pretty hard. He definitely has a lot of jack 9 here, and then a lot of his drawing hand just improved. Here we're gonna barrel the turn pretty big. Not gonna stop us from betting for value though, because I think he has like 10-9 here very often. He can have some jack X, ace X, and then we do have an open-ended straight draw to go with our top pair. Maybe. I like something wrong with my table timer. If my table timer is good, then it's a lot easier to do that. I can actually bring up whatever table that's actually have the action. Yeah, it just sucks when you get it in aces versus ace king offsuit and then they actually win. Like, raise my thoughts. That's right. Very unlucky. Check calling here with backdoor not flush draw. Very unlucky. But 95% hand does lose sometimes. We are losing it a little bit too often though. That's why we have been running 20 buy-ins behind all-in EV. Because of shit like that. What can we do? We're gonna run better sometimes, you know? But I don't know, during my career, I've always been like running pretty shitty. Like I don't understand how people can run like 100 buy-ins above EV for like, you know, a couple month period. Really want to check call here, but I don't think we should. On this flop, yeah, I have some friends who run like 100 buying above EV for like 3 months. I'm like, what the fuck? How did you do that? Like 100 buy-ins above EV in 3 months? Like that's insane. I've never run that well. Small C bet. We have all the king, queen, ace, king here, and then we do just pick up the pot. For me, it's more like running 20 buy-ins below, running 50 buy-ins below. Even like back in the day was when I was playing 12 hours a day online poker. I've always run like pretty shitty, man. But to be fair though, during the 3 years that I played poker professionally live, so mostly 5, 10, 10, 20 no cap, I actually ran pretty good for those 3 years. I actually ran pretty good. I think that my worst downswing was only like, I think it's a little under 20,000, which is pretty good. My worst downswing for 5, 10, 10, 20 no cap, I'm talking about 3 years, 3 to 4 years playing professionally, which is like 25 hours per week. I'm never like the grinder that who play like 50 plus hours per week. I always just like a 25 hours guy. Here I think we're jamming with jacks. We do get call ace king. Can we hold? Can we hold? Yes, we can. We just won another race. We just won another flip. Just won another flip, boys. Very lucky. It's really hard to win flips. It's very hard to win 95% hands, dude. How do we just win a 55% hands? Amazing. Amazing. So yeah, talk about online. Like my online, like when I was playing 12 hours every day online, I always ran like 20, 30, 40, 60, like 80 buying behind EV. Like it's always the case for me. But I gotta be fair, I ran pretty well. We don't normally call this, but against a weaker player we do. Not gonna complain, because 10-20, like we played 10-20, 5-10 no cap. That game's a lot bigger than online, right? So just gonna try to bet and take it away. On this board, I think he's folding a lot of ace queen, ace king, just automatically. So yeah, a little under 20,000 downswing was the worst during 3 years of our professional poker career. That is something, because that's running pretty good. That's running pretty good. I think during the 3 years I played poker professionally, playing live, I think I only had one losing month. That's it. Out of the 36 to 440 month, I only had one losing month. Peeling a flop against a weaker player, playing pretty deep. I think the deeper the game goes, like our advantage just gets significantly bigger, because obviously I play no cap games, so I'm used to playing 500 to like 1,000 big blind game. So when it's deeper, like the advantage is huge. Some people, they just make mistake here and there when they start to play a deeper stack, but that's where we shine, boys. Ace queen off. Definitely got 3 bets. Using a larger sizing 4x. Here we do face a 3 bet from button. We're gonna just find a way to get it in. Gonna 4 bet and get it in. He did instant jam. Good luck us. Not sure what we're up against. We're going in, boys. $78. Ring to ace king. Can we win another flip? Yes, we can. We're running good, bro. Even though we lost that aces hand. I mean, we can be winning 2,000 today. Like in the past 2 hours, we can be having a plus 10 buying session. However, that aces hand just jeopardized that. I'll show you the graph. I'm gonna wrap up the session in like 10 minutes or so, and then I'll show you the graphs. And then any question, you know, we can be chatting a little bit since it's Friday night. It should be the last stream of the week, and I'm gonna show the graph, and then we get to chat a little bit after the stream. Chat a little bit. If you guys have any poker question, that's a good time to talk to me. Because right now I'm still in action, so I still kind of have to be semi-focused. After the stream, I'll put the graphs up, and then if you guys have any question, just put it in chat, and we'll talk about it. This guy 4-bet quite often. Actually, we can make a case for a call. Here we're supposed to 3-bet all the time, but he's not as deep. Oh shit, we just got timeout. Oh my god. That sucks, but whatever. Here facing under the gun limper. This is kind of weird. Like why he does that? Just gonna give him a fishy player. I think we can make a case for a call. Let's go for it. Oh, that's a perfect flop. Hopefully he doesn't have aces and jacks. Don't see a reason to not bet here. We want his stack. Gonna start with the 31. I think he would check ace king on this board. He just fold. Okay. I guess he was just 4-bet bluffing, and then just shut down. Checking back on this flop. Same thing happened to you yesterday, but the guy had an ace-9 and hit a flush 5%. How did he get it in with ace-9 pre-flop? I mean, on this board, it's gonna go for a bigger c-bet. Oh, here we're 3-betting. How did he get it in with ace-9 all in pre-flop? It's unlucky. What's your thought on ace-king? Should you always get it in? I have heard different things from people. depending on the position, right? So ace king is one of those hands. So we just folded ace king offsuit, so we raise under the gun. The button 3-bet, and then the big blind 4-bet, right? So that's a situation where ace king is like never good. So we just folded ace king there. Like, so we raised under the gun, ace king offsuit, button 3-bet, big blind 4-bet, and then we just folded ace king. So depending on the position that the 3-bet and 4-bets are coming from, and you can make your decision whether you want to go with it or not. Start with small c-bet with second pair. So this is not a default thing with ace king, but button versus 3-bet, I mean button versus small blind, blind versus blind, big blind versus button, cutoff versus button, those kind of situation you always just get it in with ace king. We do face a check raise. It's a little bit fishy. This guy does fold to 3-bet 83% of the time. So when he call, he can have some ace king. I'm not sure ace king check raise this flop though. I think he has like king queen sometimes, but we're obviously folding. We're not beating much there. Just trying to figure out what he has. Long string today. Yes, it's Friday, man. Friday stream is always a little bit longer. I'm gonna actually stay on, and then I'm gonna put the graph on, and then I'm gonna show you guys the graphs, and then if you guys any question, we can talk about it. Gonna probably stay after the session for like another 15 minutes or so, just to talk to you guys if you have any question regarding the graphs. And I'm not sure how to take the 5 minutes delay out. I don't think I can. So I'll type in chat sometimes, I guess. Got called by 2 spots, and then clubs gets there. We never have the best hand here. Just gonna fold. Never had the best hand here. Never. Do you feel like people are more call happy at lower stakes? Yes, that's definitely true, because people are just less capable of folding. On this board, I think we go for a little raise. Gonna go for a little raise. A5 offsuit is really close. Just gonna fold here actually. Doesn't play that well. We had the best hand. What the hell is going on? I thought we were losing like 100% of the time here. So this guy called a flop with the backdoor flush draw? And this guy called a flop with the gut shot? Are you kidding me? Like, what am I watching? Like, oh my goodness. This is some... Boys, never play like those guys, okay? Never play like those guys. Calling c-bet with backdoor flush draw? On this board? Are you serious? And this guy just overcalled with gut shot? Damn, bro. Well, we won the pot, not gonna complain. But that was pretty bad. That was some bad poker right there. I haven't seen you bluff at all. I actually did. I did a huge river bluff on the bottom right table. Bet jam as a 3-better. Feel like he was capped at king queen with the top pair king with the queen kicker. You don't have to bluff all the time. You just have to play your range. Bluffing is not necessary, especially like on Fridays. There's tons of fishes out there, so why even bother to bluff when you have like all the fishes out there? You can just play your value range and then easily make money. I mean, if you watch my stream on weekdays, like we do some crazy plays sometimes. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it doesn't. But you don't need to bluff. I mean, bluff is good to have, but it's not like. So you don't just bluff. You don't just bluff because you want to bluff. You bluff by playing your range, right? So you're bluffing with your range. So you have some bluffing hands in your range, and then you have some value hands, and then sometimes if the timing is right, and you just bluff. But you don't just bluff, right? Like today we have been running semi decent. I'll say like we have been hitting our cards, so we don't have to bluff as much. I bet people who run above EV, as you mentioned, they believe in the law of attraction. Yeah, I do have a friend who won like I said, he ran like almost 100 buy-ins above EV in like 3 months. I mean, he played a ton, but still, that's like super lucky, dude. Just can't believe somebody can be that lucky. There are such luck boxes out there, boys. Definitely not us, but there are some luck boxes out there. Tons of them. What are the biggest mistake you see from your opponent in an uncapped game? When the game gets extremely deep, people just overplays tons of hands, and then they try to make too much moves. They'll overplay like ace king suited, overplay pocket queens a lot. Wow, this is super deep. I'm not even sure what to do. Start with the bigger c bet. I mean bigger 3-bet. He does call, and we're gonna start with a check here, just because we're like extremely deep. This is like super deep, like 500 big blind deep. And he does check behind, and we're gonna start betting on the turn, just a little bit. He's a good player, so I don't think he's gonna do like something dramatic. This is kind of like a bad turn river. Not exactly sure if we should be betting here. Obviously we can, but he's the player who's capable of just raising with air here, so it's better to just check. We had tons of history together, a ton of history of bluffing each other, going crazy hands, crazy bluffs here and there. He's betting. We are 4-betting here. Gonna use a slightly larger sizing because normally in position we use like 2.4x. Gonna use like a little bigger sizing here. Here on this board, I think we're checking back. We don't beat anything. We only beat like small pocket pairs. Does small pocket pair bet a turn? I don't think so. So we're just gonna give it to him. Here on turn, we're gonna go for the overbet. And pretty good flop for kings. 3-bet, 4-bet. We don't block the flush draw, so this is more like a bet. Start with the half size. See what he does. Charlie Carroll runs like a G and PG's about the low attraction. Oh, some people are just lucky. Yeah, that's right. But you know, you get to a point where you just feel like, because poker at the end of the day is still math and then stats, right? Like odds, right? Like if you play enough, then it shouldn't be any luck involved, right? Defending with ace jack suited. Yeah, when you play like so many hands, like millions of hands, you're not supposed to be like running too much off EV, right? Because at the end of the day, it's still odds, right? So that's assuming the RNG is correct and everything. We shouldn't be running that bad, or somebody shouldn't be running that good. Facing a small c bet, I think if a flop has like a diamond, we definitely gonna call this checking back here. Yeah, without diamond, just a gut shot, I'm just gonna fold. He bet the river. I feel like we're obligated to call here. Sort of, with second pair. And he is bluffing. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap it up, and then I'll put the graph up. I'm gonna wrap up the session, and then I'll put the graph up. And then I'm gonna go pee real quick, and then be right back in like 1 minute. 1 to 2 minutes. Let me just wrap up the session, and I'll put the graphs up, and then we can talk about it. Really? Charlie Carroll? He plays ACR. He plays 1-2 ACR. Cold call your 4-bet queen jack off. Flat the cut off. Calling this 3-bet. I'm probably just doing a lot of check folding here. Well, it's, you know, some people have different style. I think my style is a little bit more solid, but I do bluff quite often with our range when the spot is right. But I don't do crazy bluff. You can see from the chart. So like a crazy bluffer, like it'll be like red line going straight up, and then blue line is kind of like going up slowly. Like my chart is like blue line going up straight up, and then red line going down slowly. Just a different style of play. So there's no like right or wrong. It's just depending on what kind of style you're playing, you can be successful in any style as long as you make it work. So I wouldn't say like one style is better than other, but you just have to have like you just have to know how to play around your style, if that makes sense. This guy 3-bets 50% of the time. Definitely gonna defend with Queen 9 suited, and hopefully we get to stacking or double up in the last hand. Not the greatest flop, and then he does just pot it. Dude, this guy is like so bad. Really want to stay and play a little bit longer because that guy's there. Oh, okay, I'm gonna put the graph up and then run. Let's just see like how we do today. We do up like $700 or so, close to $700, so like 3 buy-ins, close to 3 buy-ins. EV was relatively close, running a little bit better than EV actually. Pretty steady gain. At height we were at almost 900, and then we kind of lose back a little bit and then gain back some momentum again. I don't think there's that many hands we're talking about. But we were finally able to like snap our losing streak a little bit. So our expected value win rate is 4.5 per 100. Actual win rate is 3.25. Our career is around like 5.2, 5.3, something like that. So we're definitely playing below our career average. But EV is pretty close, so like 4.5 to like in 5 is like pretty close. I'm gonna show you guys the graph, and then I'm gonna be on my way to pee, and then I'll be right back. What do you mean by bluff hands in your range? So for example, if you're opening, so let's say if somebody raise at cutoff and then you 3-bet on the bottom, right? You have all your range is like aces, kings, queen. I mean pocket 10s plus, pocket 9s plus. And then you have tons of Jack 10 suited, Ace King suited, those kind of hands. And then let's say the flop goes Ace Deuce Deuce, and then he check, you bet. Obviously you can have all the Ace King, you can have all the aces, and at the same time you can have like pocket 9s, you can have like Jack 10 suited for completely air, but you play it the same way. And then on the turn, let's say it's another brick, he check and you bet again, and then river, another brick, he check, you bet again. You are doing this with the entire range, so you can be doing that with aces. Obviously you can have like a bolt top set, and you can have ace king for top pair, and at the same time you can have some Jack 10 suited for complete air, but you are playing your entire range. So when you triple barrel there, I'm gonna triple barrel there with aces, I'm gonna triple barrel there with ace king, and then sometimes you have like pocket 9s, and then I might even triple barrel there because we have all the aces, ace king in our range. And I might even triple barrel with Jack 10 suited. We might pick up a draw on the turn or something, and then we decide to barrel and then just barrel off on the river when missed, because we still have all the aces and ace king in our range on an ace XXXX board, like ace high dry board, right? So that's what I mean by you just have to pick your spot. Like you don't just bluff. If you do that, I don't think it's gonna be plus EV. So, but if you just play your range and then bluff your range that way, then you know it works a little better. I'll be right back. Be right back. You guys can take a look at the graph, and then any question just put in chat. And then since the video is the stream is 5 minutes delay, so I might have to just type or something, but we'll figure it out. I am back. I'm not sure if it has been 5 minutes, so you guys probably hasn't got to a point where I'm not even sure if the chat is live. I think the chat is live. I think I can just turn off the stream and then like just chat with you guys a little bit, I guess. So my style is a little bit like my style is pretty solid, so I don't do like some kind of crazy bluff, that kind of stuff. So you will see like a red line just going steadily down a little bit, or like even flat, and then blue line is always going up. But it's been like pretty shitty. Like if you guys can see, like I think this is like July. Ever since July, we just like running way off. We're running. How bad we're running? 42,000. We're running 1,000. We're running 1,200 big blind behind EV. What is that? So we're running 42, like 1,300 behind big blind. That's 2,600. So we are running 13 binds. That's it? I don't think it's that. I think it's worse. 20 big blind. So it's 1,000 big blind. Yeah, we're running like what? 1,000 big blind. 10 buy-ins? I'm not even sure. I thought we were running like way worse than that. But here's the idea. 42. 42. Yeah, we're running like 12 buy-ins. But this is like overall. Like starting July, we have been running like shit. Let's just put the filter out. I'll just add like starting July. That way you guys can see it. Because ever since July, we have been like running like crap. Stakes fast. I think this would do it. Okay, so this is since July, and we're running like, oh shit, this is bad. So we're running 3,000. We're running 3,600 behind, divided by 200. So yeah, about like 18 buying behind since July. I think it got a little better. At worst, it was like 23 23 or 22 buy-ins behind. Now it's back to 18 behind. So I guess math does add up, right? So eventually we're gonna get back to normal. And then this graph since July is gonna be like pretty brutal. At what point did I realize I was good at poker? When I turned $200